Hi, Michelle here. In today's video, I'm going to do something a little different. I actually have a little bit of a Hoya haul. I bought a few Hoyas all at once, so I thought that I would gather them together and let you see what I got. I actually have one in a box that arrived to me that I haven't opened yet. I have two that I picked up yesterday that I haven't introduced to my collection or anything. And then I have one that I got a few weeks ago that I have introduced to my collection, but I haven't shown it to you. So I thought since it's one of my wish list Hoyas, I would go ahead and show it to you now. If you like today's video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. That lets me know if you like today's content, if you'd like to see other videos like this going forward. If you'd like to see other plant-related content similar to this, especially Hoya-related content, please consider subscribing to my channel. That would really get the word out to the YouTube universe that my channel exists. If you would like to add to the conversation, please put a comment in the comment section below. I do read all your comments and get back to them, so you will get a response from me. It just may take a day or so. And now on to the new Hoyas. What shall we do first? Shall we do the ones that are already open, or shall we do the unboxing first? Let's save the box to last. The first Hoya is species Borneo. And this is a cutting I got from Lauren's Leaves. 3 of these cuttings I got from Lauren's Leaves. This one it's a little bit curved. The leaf is very stiff and firm. It has, I'm looking down at the bottom. It does look like it's got a new growth point all the way down there, which is good. So it's ready to start growing. I love the splashing. It's got just a little bit of splash. It does have what looks like a little bit of veining that could be brought out. I will probably keep this in lower light and see how it does in the lower light situation, because I do like how it looks now. I would like to bring out some of those veins a little bit. It does have some roots peeking out the bottom. They are kind of dried though, so that root looks firm. The roots in the pot, I can see some roots in the sides of the pot. I see one really good root right there. So the first Hoya I got is this species Borneo. The next Hoya I got is one that I have been wanting for a while. I just been kind of waiting for the best situation to buy it. And that is the species Tanggamus. And I got this little one-leaf Hoya special for, I think I got it for $10. Can you believe that? This has a new growth point on it, which looks very healthy. The leaf is very stiff and firm. It's got beautiful veining in it. I can't wait to see what this looks like with a larger leaf, to see if I can put this in a little bit of a window with a little bit lower light, but still have some grow lights, and see if I can get this to grow a larger leaf. Kind of like I'm thinking kind of in the same vein as my Vitellinoides, because that one, when I put it up on top of my cabinet, it grew like these 11-inch long leaves. So it definitely, I feel that this Tanggamus would perform the same way for me. That if I introduce it to light, but lower light, that it will produce a big leaf for me with beautiful veining. And what's interesting is look at the back. There is veining in the back as well. So I think that's pretty interesting. I was really excited to get it, especially that it's already started a growth tip and it's ready to grow. It's got 2 nodes on it. I don't know if you can see those, but it's got a node right there and it's got a node right there. So it's ready to grow. It actually looks like it has the growth point at the base of the stem is activated as well. So it might be growing a second growth point, which would be really exciting. So I see roots, especially in the very bottom of the pot. So it looks happy. I will probably repot it once it settles in a little bit into my personal potting mix. But that is good potting mix. Lauren has great mix. So the only reason I would repot that is because it stays a little drier than I can personally keep up with. She has the ability to water her plants all the time, whereas I kind of slack and don't water my plants all the time. So I like to put it in something that stays a little more damp a little longer. That is the species Tanggamus. The third Hoya that I got from Lauren, and this is one I got a couple weeks ago that has just been rooting since, and that is the Mathilde variegated. This is a beautiful plant. It's a little cutting, just a little 2-leaf, 1-node cutting, but it's rooted in. And if you see me pulling on it, and it's not moving, so it's pretty well rooted in there by now. But look at how thick these Mathilde leaves are. They're very thick and plump, indicating that this is a well-rooted, or at least a well-hydrated Hoya. This has just been growing roots and, establishing itself in my care while I've had it. I've had it for about, I'm thinking 3 or 4 weeks. So it has not produced any new growth yet. There is no new growth down in where that stem is. But it is looking really great. It's looking very healthy. That's really good for me to know that the leaves are that thick and that healthy. I'm hoping to get it out of the stratum and perlite mixture and into one of my mixtures soon, but I think it's definitely got to root a little bit more before I do that. So I did have this in the top shelf of my Mills bow, and then I did last week, or maybe it was technically this week, move it into what I call the highlight shelf, where the shelf is only about 6 inches from the light source, so that this will get a lot of light, just get blasted with light, and hopefully will produce new growth from there. So the third Hoya that I have, and the last Hoya from Lauren at Lauren's Leaves 777, is my Mathilde variegated. Okay, now the good stuff. Now we're going to go ahead and open the box. Maybe I should have done that at the beginning. Maybe I'll change the video so that this is in the beginning. I don't know. But I got this from Sandpiper Plant Co. I contacted her on Facebook, and we arranged a plant sale of a cutting. So This is packed in fluff and insulation because it was shipped from across the U.S. So this is what my cutting is planted in. Looks good. Definitely save this packing. Because can always reuse this packing. Whoop, looks like I ripped out part of the sides. Okay. And here we are. Ooh, this is beautiful. This is an erythrina, no, Nona or Nora. I'll put the correct name on the bottom of the screen. And it's got a fresh growth point at the end. It's a beautiful cutting. The cutting feels pretty firm. It's got a very healthy stem. The stem is very healthy. And everything looks good. I'm looking at the back. The back looks good. It looks a little dehydrated, but that's to be expected as a fresh cutting coming in. So what I will do is I will go ahead and put this in water to rehydrate for a little bit, and then probably tomorrow what I will do is I will pot this up in the mix I want to keep it in, but just put it in water for a day or so just to rehydrate it, plump it back up, get it ready for the substrate. And I will put it in my bark moss tree fern fiber perlite mixture. That's the mix that I'm working with right now. It's an experimentation of mine. It is pulling from experience of those Hoya growers who know more than I do. And I'm trying to use that plus my own experience to put together to try and take care of my Hoyas, because I think that's kind of what you want to do is you want to take experience from other growers that have years and years of experience. But then you want to use your own experience because only you live in your own environment. So it's kind of a combination of things. People can tell you the right way or the supposedly the right way to grow Hoyas, but it may not be the exact right way to grow Hoyas in your own situation. So, I always urge people to take Hoya advice with a grain of salt because it may not work for your environment. Just like how my initial organic mix, when I decided to move my Hoyas over from pond to an organic mix, had cocoa husk in it. And that's pretty much not doing very well for me. I'm going to have to repot those into my current mix. And that was because the mix got too wet when I first watered it, and then it dried out too fast for my conditions because I personally live in a desert. And that's why I have these cabinets around me, is so I can maintain humidity without a grow tent because I have nowhere in my house to put a grow tent. This is my Hoya erythrina Nora. I think it's Nora. So this is a new cutting. The erythrina, I know it's not an uncommon Hoya, but it was on my wish list as I did not have one. And I love how they can sun stress. So I don't intend to sun stress all of my Hoyas, but if it happens, it happens. So this is my fourth Hoya and the only one I got in the mail today. So that is the erythrina Nora. Okay, that's the video for today. It was a short one. Just taking a look at some new Hoyas I've added to my collection. and one Hoya that I really just added to my collection, so much so that I just opened it up with you today. Thank you so much for spending time with me. I hope that you were able to get some things done, maybe some plant chores, or maybe some household chores, or maybe just take care of yourself or your family. But until next time, thanks so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day. Bye.